Hi everyone, my name is Dominique. Thank you so much for tuning in to my very first video of This Girl's Worth. I don't know how you found me, I don't know if you know me personally, but I am so glad that you're here. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about how This Girl's Worth came about and why I am creating this YouTube channel, this podcast, this Instagram, this Twitter, this blog in the first place. So stay tuned if you want to hear a little bit about my journey. So again, like I said, my name is Dominique. I am 24 years old and I live in Los Angeles, California, and I am a writer and a singer. And I graduated with a degree, from a prestigious school in storytelling. And that is something I wanted to do my entire life. I've known since I was a little girl that I wanted to grow up and inspire people through telling stories. Life hasn't always gone exactly the way that I wanted it to. And, I think that there were so many things that came to a head at one time. My career wasn't panning out the way I wanted it to. I was emotionally overwhelmed. I was in a bad relationship but I was in love with this person. And so all of that came together to form this new version of Dominique that was so much more authentic and so much more open and so much more human than the version and the role I had been playing my entire life, which was this strong girl who was capable, smart, logic, always had it together, always had it figured out, and who was resilient. And so in sharing my journey and discovering my worth, I learned that I spent my whole life not wanting to take up space, not wanting to disrupt the flow, not wanting to inconvenience anybody. And by doing that, I silenced my own power, I silenced my own journey, I silenced my own story. And the minute I began to set boundaries, my life began to open up. But the people in my life closest to me began to struggle with that because there was a newer, stronger version of Dominique that began to now want and to expect and to want reciprocation, who wanted reciprocation from the love that she was giving to other people. And so in that, I discovered so much about myself, and I discovered what discovering my worth really means. And it means forsaking validation, forsaking anything that I think fills me up and gives me identity that doesn't come from a place that feels authentic to who I truly am. And so this channel, This Girl's Worth, we're going to talk about everything from relationships to even just general life experiences of making friends, meeting people, working in a career as a Black girl where you're in a predominantly white space, which has pretty much been my entire life. What it's like moving on your own for the first time, what it's like to let go of a relationship while you're still in love with someone, because that's what I did, and it was the bravest thing I ever had to do, and still the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. What it's like to continue to go for a dream that looks like it's dead, but to know that there's still life in the vision that God gave you. We're going to talk about it all here on this channel, and I want you to stay connected to this journey. I would love to build a community of women who are discovering their voice, their worth, their identities here, and who have decided that it's their time and that they're not waiting for someone to give them their moment, not waiting any longer for someone to give them their spotlight or their shine, but they're going into the world, they're claiming their space, and they're speaking up. And so if you had to ask me, who is This Girl's Worth for? It's for everyone, but it's specifically for the woman who has decided that she's no longer waiting for the room to get quiet for her to speak. So I am excited to discover ourselves together and to be on this journey of just being authentic, because I feel like my life's purpose is to show people that they really matter, to remind people that they matter, that they're here on this earth for a reason, that their story is valid, that you can overcome anything as long as you love yourself, as long as you realize your worth, your purpose, and who you are and why you're here. And I think we have so much in life that teaches us otherwise. They teach us that we have to fit into a mold, or our experiences don't remind us of who we are and what we deserve, and that at our very core, we're just human beings who want to be loved, understood, validated, and to feel like we matter in the world. And so again, I'm super excited. I hope that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Come back. You see this microphone here? It's because I'm going to be creating podcasts. You can already find me on Spotify, This Girl's Worth. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at This Girl's Worth under the same name. And you can find my blog, which is saturated with content at this point, thisgirlsworth.com. So I'm excited to get connected with all of you and to hear your stories and to hear how We are all growing together. So hope you're having a great night. Love you. Bye.